Okay, what am I unboxing today? Wait a minute, you're not a common writer. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today, like I said last time, I'm going to be doing another unboxing. It's going to be of something else, and it's not a common writer character this time. So, where should I begin with this? Ultraman is a weird series. Just because it's weird doesn't mean it's not good. On the contrary, Ultraman is actually really good, and it's been going on for 55 years. So, goes to show you the legacy for Ultraman is very powerful. In fact, if we didn't have Ultraman, we wouldn't have a lot of the tokusatsu stuff that we have. In fact, when you think about it, kaijus have kind of been in Japan's culture and history forever, actually. I mean, think about it. You have Godzilla, then later on, other giant monsters start appearing afterwards. And just like in Godzilla, whenever there's a giant creature running amok, there has to be someone to help fix it or clean it up. In this case, it's Ultraman. Tsuburaya is one of the, like I said, one of the founders of a lot of tokusatsu stuff when you stop and think about it. If it wasn't for them creating Ultra Q all those years ago, we wouldn't have a lot of the stuff that we have nowadays. But that's a story for another day. I may talk about Tsuburaya later on down the road, but alas, that's not what we're here for. So, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of an Ultraman. The legacy of Ultraman, like I said, is very big, considering the fact that we've had seasons on top of seasons on top of seasons for this series. And as a kid, the very first series of Ultraman that I ever saw, I think, was Ultraman Taiga. Well, no, not Taiga, no, it wasn't Ultraman Taiga, it was Ultraman Tenga. When it came on the Fox box. For some odd reason, I couldn't kick it with Ultraman as a kid. I never understood why. My dad showed me some of the older seasons that him and his father used to watch, which goes to tell you, Ultraman has been around forever. But I just couldn't get it, you know? Something about the face bothers me, which is saying something because I grew up watching Power Rangers, and then later on in my life, Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. So it shouldn't bother me as much. Yet, for some reason, a giant, tall, lanky, silver-colored man with a face that made out of eyes, walking around shooting beams out of his forearms, for some reason bothered me. But then I stop and think about it for a second. Ultra 7 exists. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, here's a GIF. Yeah, Ultraman goes pretty hardcore. When I say that, they are not afraid to dismember giant monsters sometimes to get rid of them. Ultra 7 being one of them. But then I stop and think about this. This show is supposed to be directed towards children. Huh? Japanese kids are hardcore. But enough of that. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the most recent season that came out, I want to say, that finished last year. It was called Ultraman Decker. Now, the current season, Ultraman Blazer, is actually doing really well. I think it's on episode 4 now. I haven't really been able to keep up with it. I mean, I have kept up with it, but I haven't been watching the most recent 2 episodes, which isn't a big deal. And honestly, I kind of need to go back and rewatch Ultraman Decker. I remember some of the main stuff for Decker, but I'm not going to dive into the deeper things until I'm more caught up into it. But yeah, Ultraman Decker starts off with the usual. Stop me if you've ever heard this before. Alien invasion comes to Earth, ransacks everything, and one person stands up for everything. That's usually how a lot of them go, because when you stop and think about it, a lot of the main characters that end up becoming Ultraman either work for the military or the science police or science patrol. There's always a science patrol. They've established in Ultraman that there is a multiverse. There always will be a multiverse. There's always an Ultraman, no matter where you go. You throw a rock into one universe, ooh, Ultraman! But that's not a problem, though. It's kind of the same way for a lot of superheroes nowadays. There's always going to be a superhero somewhere, depending on where you go. Marvel, 616. Then apparently they're bringing back the Ultimate Universe. And of course, DC, don't get me started on that. But yeah, Ultraman Decker starts off with a kid working at a candy shop or a pastry shop, and he's making his rounds, and then you find out that we've advanced so far into the future that we have colonies on Mars now, and everything seems like it's going well. You see one shuttle heading for one of the space stations it's taking off to space going towards Mars, but right after the shuttle leaves, something happens. We get images from Mars showing that they're being assaulted by an unknown alien life forms. We don't know exactly what they are, but they look like giant bow ties. I really wouldn't know the best way to explain them. I mean, there's another way I could explain it, but I want to try to keep it as PG as possible, so I'm going to just but yeah, anyway, the same thing happens to Earth, except it's not just attacking Japan, it's attacking every major city on the planet. No one knows why exactly or what these things are even doing until they all start summoning one massive creature in the middle of downtown Japan. And of course, the police, the military are doing what they can, but it's not stopping, it's not working, it's not deterring this creature. The main character, after he sees one of the military people who talks to her, he sees someone gets covered in rubble. Him being him, he tries to help. Another military dude is in training. He's like, you need to leave, and tries to strong arm him. He said, there's somebody under here, and I'm not just going to leave them. So he gets them to help. The captain of the military comes over and sees what's going on, and they give suppressive fire. But when one of the creatures flies past, it hits some of the soldiers, and they're just gone. There's nothing left. No bone, no flesh, nothing. It's almost as if they've been assimilated. Yeah. The same thing happens to our protagonist, because he picks up a gun and says, I'll draw their fire, you guys run away. And they're like, what are you doing, kid? Get back here. He gets swept up, but because protagonist-kun, he's taken to another dimension. Where that happens, he's floating in the middle of nothingness, and he hears a voice call out to him. And with that being said, because this is kind of how usually a lot of Ultraman shows happen, the main character dies in the very first episode, gets fused with an entity, and comes back as a superhero. In this case, he's Ultraman Decker. His form, for his base form, is called Ultraman Decker Flash type. This one uses cards, because Tokusatsu loves using cards for a lot of their gimmicks. I wish I was kidding, especially in Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider Ryuki, weapons, cards. Kamen Rider Blade, basically card captor, with just capturing demons and using them as cards for moves. Decade, all of his powers are cards. The new season of Kamen Rider Get Hard is using cards. I can't escape cards. But anyway, Decker comes back. Well, the kid comes back as Ultraman Decker, and he's decked out this beautiful suit. In fact, this is what he looks like. It's like he has a cosmic theme built into his uniform and stuff like that. So, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. I bought this, well actually, my dad got this for me for my birthday around Heroes Con. This was one of the 3 figures that I got. Oh wait, I just thought about something. I'm down to my last 3 figures. Sweet! But anyway, let's go ahead and pop it out, shall we? Oh, I was just talking about this. Freaking cards! Thought this was the instruction manual at first, but nope. Just more cards. I thought Yu-Gi-Oh was bad. Or Pokemon for that matter. But yeah, This isn't a bad card. It's actually, like I said, it's just his base form. And him doing his signature move, which is the Zestian Beam. Or, I forgot what they actually call their shoulder beams, because most of them are just, like, different. Depending on the season, depending on the show, each Ultraman has their own shoulder, well, signature beam. Hands everywhere! I think that was... Oh. In any case, just gonna put that back. Wait, I feel like I'm missing... Oh, yep, right here. I was about to say, I feel like I'm missing a hand. But yeah. Hold on a second. Let me just... There we go. Instead of just tearing the thing apart. Or tearing the plastic off. I could have just tore the plastic off, but... But yeah. Ultraman Decker. The colors actually pop a lot. Especially for, like, the blue. In my opinion. If you look real close, you can see, like, the cosmic theming around the chest as well as his forehead. This is actually kind of dope. This one feels slightly stiff, but then again, it's been in the packaging for a minute, so I think that's my issue. I keep saying every figure is stiff that I have so far, but they've been sitting in the plastic for so long. Wait. Does this... Oh, this comes out! Oh, okay, cool. Wait, that's what that other thing was. Oh, I get it. So, Ultraman can only be on Earth in our atmosphere for a... I want to say I don't know the exact time limit depending on each show, so it's a finite amount of time. Each Ultraman has an indicator on their chest of how much power they have left. And if I saw what I think I saw in the box... Oh no, the hands are free! Ah! Sh Figuarts, why are a lot of your gimmicks so tiny? Can't see it too well, but this is the indicator, the other one that they put with it. Apparently, when it starts flashing red, you have to get rid of whatever monster is there quickly. If not, well, let's just leave it at that. You know what? I'm just going to let the hands just sit because I'm not putting this back in the figure. I'm not putting the figure back in the box, so yeah. There we go. Also, my allergies are kicking up. But that's not important. But yeah, this is Ultraman Decker. This figure, you can actually see like in the arm joints how articulate he can be. The legs don't look that bad. This isn't a bad figure, honestly. It feels different. I guess because it's all one figure. Well, the figure itself is just like one cohesive design, and there's nothing like really out of the ordinary except for like where the zipper for the main part of the suit is for like the action show. Although I do have to admit, the breastplate design looks kind of cool because it's like the cosmic chest piece plus going down the arm. I think that's one of the real design features that I actually loved about the suit for some reason. It just looks dope to me for some reason. Although it's kind of janky in this part a little bit. Can I do... Oh, I can also do the pose with the arm. Probably better if I had the hands out, but yeah. So yeah, this is Ultraman Decker. Now, The show ends with, well, episode 1 ends with Earth being completely cut off from everybody else out in the universe, because those creatures, or should I say those blobs that were attacking, basically sealed Earth off by making a giant barrier so even Ultraman can't escape. But doing like they do best, Ultraman does manage to like destroy the giant monster that's attacking downtown Japan, but now it's kind of, we're stuck there. And the kid, after they find him, they say, you need to be more careful. You can't just do, like I said, leave that to the military. So he's thinking to himself, all right, bet. So a year later, he enters the academy along with the other two people I was telling you about earlier, and he makes it. He makes it, and he's actually going to be fighting alongside everybody else, a part of the military. And it's really cool because he's actually steeled his resolve, saying, I want to help people. And I think that's a beautiful thing, when you actually want to be selfless enough that you want to help somebody no matter what. And that's basically what all Ultraman is. Someone that just goes around the universe fighting bad guys and just helping people. And there's always an Ultraman. But yeah, this is a dope figure. The next two figures that I have left, one of them is another Geats figure, and the other one is it's a surprise. I talked about him a while back, but I'm not going to say too much. All I'll say is, maybe you might want to look in my past videos. There's a hint there. Take it easy. Sure. Hey, thanks again for sticking around all the way to the end of the video. It really does help. If you want updates on future videos and stuff like that, links down in my description where it tells you about my Twitter as well as my Discord. If you want to see anything else from me, here's a playlist of the most recent series that I finished, and this right here is the most recent video that I've done too. Take care.